All right, guys, happy Wednesday, September 6th, coming to you full of energy, so excited and full of passion as always. And as always, I'm coming to you full of gratitude. I was able to take my son to school this morning, and he's doing his first share and tell. They call it share and tell, not show and tell. And we were practicing his presentation of what he's actually going to say, and he was so excited and he was practicing. So I want to send a shout out to the dads. I know we always talk about the moms and everything, but I just want to send a shout out to the dads. And what I realize is that the era that we are in as fathers, as parents, and moms on the call, I love you guys. But we're just in an era where dads are way more present, way more involved, because when I think back of even my generation, and you think back of your grandparents' generation, the dads weren't as involved as they are now. They weren't as involved in school. I mean, obviously, like after school or maybe on the weekends, but a lot of that responsibility was on moms. But when I'm dropping the baby off, like I see all these like dads that are just super, super involved. So shout out to you as dads for stepping up and for being the leader of your household and sharing and developing great young human beings. It's just really cool to see. So I'm really, really grateful to be a dad this morning. So let's dive right in, you guys. I'm going to have somebody take us out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. And let's see who I have on the call today. Jeff, I don't know where you are, bro, but it looks cool wherever you are. Jeff, he's one of our lender partners. I'm actually going to have you, Jeff, bring us out on the field on this beautiful day. You know how this goes, what the sentiment is always like. So I'm going to have you bring us out on the field. So Jeff, first and foremost, where are you? Because it looks dope.
Well, thanks, Elias. I appreciate you allowing me to bring us out on the field today. And I am in San Diego. Kind of last minute, came down with some buddies. We're hitting the Padre Phillies game this afternoon. So we came down late yesterday. So yeah, cool hotel, cruised around downtown a little bit this morning. All my buddies are, I don't know, still sleeping, I guess. But yeah, I love energy that this brings. I love the community that we have here, and how we all just kind of lean on each other. And I mean, just coming with.
All right, well, we lost Jeff, but that was powerful. it was powerful. It was starting out to sound really, really good, but nonetheless, community is what I took from that. So let's go ahead and get rolling, you guys. Jeff, bro, your audio in San Diego.
Yeah,
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you, Jeff, because we don't have enough audio for you. But love you, appreciate you, enjoy your time with your boys in San Diego. I'm gonna move right along. So I want to ask you guys two questions just to get the gears rolling, just to get you guys thinking, because I always believe that I am a moderator of thought and I'm a provoker of thought. So I have two questions that I want to ask you guys. First and foremost, it's just an internal question, but I want you to answer it here, just write it down. But I want to ask you guys, which personality trait that you have as a human being or attribute or quality do people compliment you the most on? What is an attribute? What is a quality? What is a characteristic that people compliment you the most on? Because I want you guys to edify yourself really quick. I know that we're hard on ourselves. We're always pushing ourselves. So if you can, please throw in the chat down below, which personality trait, attribute, or quality do people compliment you the most on? I'm curious. I want to know. Go ahead and put that down in the chat below, please. And let's light up this chat. All right. So cool. Helping people feel more comfortable. Christina, I definitely feel that. Kyle says being calm, being cool, calm, and collected. Yeah, definitely, bro. Christina, helping people feel comfortable. Resilience. Marina said that. Welcoming. I love this. Jonathan said he's a go-getter. Dana B, that she's caring, a good listener. Resilience and strength, kind and caring. Authenticity. Keep it coming, you guys. I love this. Resilience. And you know what? Who just put resilience? Nicole Penland. Nicole Penland put resilience, and oh my God, amen at 100%. Sharing, heart, funny. Yeah, definitely think that. And I think too, Otis, like just speaking, truth, right? You're very real when you speak. So I love this. Genuineness, honesty, listening and trustworthy. March to my own beat. That's right, the Dark Knight. I love it. Being positive, friendly, and easy to talk to. My energy. That's right. I've only met you a couple times in person, Armenice, but I definitely agree with that. So good stuff. Aggressively compassionate. Aggressively compassionate. I absolutely love that. I've never heard that before. Good stuff. So you guys, I love the interaction at a high level, but before I go any further, let me just pause for a quick second. Ilona, you just wrote in the chat below, and I just wanted to say congratulations to you. You looked absolutely beautiful. The ceremony, everything. I know there was so much pressure that went into that day and that moment, but man, I am super, super stoked for you, and you look sensational. So let's just give her an emoji. Let's give her some love. I'll tell you what, you guys, there was a day in my life where marriage and the thought of spending my life with somebody and getting old with somebody was like, it was non-existent. Like I wanted to be a player, and that's what I thought was my life. But like now I couldn't imagine not having my lady. I just couldn't imagine not growing old with her. So Ilona, you look sensational. I have a big, big weekend. So I recently got ordained by the Universal Life Ministry online course. It was $179 or something like that. I was asked to do the sermon at the Glam Agent's wedding this weekend. And if you follow Christina Darrow, how extravagant she is, and the Glam Agent, she asked me 1 week ahead of time to do the entire sermon. So Ilona, it's crazy. I just want to congratulate you, but I am deep, deep in wedding thought right now. I had a consultation call last night. I had questions. So I just wanted to stop for a second. You looked amazing. You look beautiful. Do you want to say anything really quick before I go on?
I just wanted to say thank you. And also, if you need any help, Ina married me and she did an amazing job, and she was our ordained person. And so if you need any tips, she wrote the whole ceremony out, and she made it Jewish. So if you need any tips, Ina Lehman is the person for ordaining.
Cool. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm really excited. I do presentations all the time, but this is definitely going to be a lot of pressure, but I'm excited. I'm ready. But nonetheless, okay, I love you guys' responses. Second question. What are 3 important values that I want to pass on to my children? What are 3 important values that you want to pass on to your children? And if you don't have children, 3 important values that you would like to pass on to others. Maybe those are mentees. Maybe those are future agents. Maybe those are friends. Maybe those are your nieces, your nephews, your baby cousins, whoever that is in your life. If you do not have children, if you wanted to pass on these important 3 values, what would those values be? And I want to look at your answers. So put those down in the chat below, and let's continue to load up this chat. Do good, and good will come back to you full circle. Work ethic, honesty, compassion, perseverance, optimism, consistent hard work ethic, inclusion, and acceptance. I love this. I love this. Keep, I think that's supposed to be saying keep God first. It says keep good first, but I'm with you. Let's see here. Good work ethic, integrity, and honesty, or kindness, excuse me, integrity, punctuality, respect is earned. Ooh, I like that. Good stuff. Good stuff. Work ethic, self-love, resolution, honesty, kindness. I love this, you guys. So keep them coming. Light that up. The reason why I wanted to do this is I just wanted to put you guys in a state. I want you guys to reflect on how amazing you are, reflect on the legacy that you're leaving behind, reflect on the lives that you guys are going to touch, because all of that, I know that it sounds, you think that I'm crazy because I say some of the same stuff over and over again because I'm rooted in this. All of that, all of your values, all the cores, all the things that people see, like, you guys, it's part of who you are. It's part of your vision. It's part of where you're going, because I always want you to close your eyes and see this 10 years from now. I want you to see this 10 years from now, the houses that you bought, the lives that you've changed, the people that you've influenced. That's what I want for you guys. So in order to do that, you have to have absolute clarity. I talk about clarity all the time because the moment I got clear in my life and business is the moment I got happy, because I wasn't working right now. I wasn't just dealing with the struggles of today, the market conditions, whatever I'm going through. It was all serving a greater good. And so what I want to do today is I just want to talk to you guys about your 4th quarter plans. We're coming to the end of 2023. By a show of hands, how many people are on pace to exceed the goals that they set for themselves at the beginning of 2023? How many of you are on pace to exceed the goals that you set for yourself in this year, even though we're in a challenging year? All right, cool. So give me an emoji, because I need to see it on the screen if you guys are raising your hand. So if you're on pace to exceed your yearly goals, please raise your hand. All right, cool. Cool. Awesome. Not too many hands are up right now, or they are, and I don't see them. But if that's the case, what I want to do is I want to share with you a few things. And if you've been with me for any amount of time, we've done this at a big scale, and now we're just going to really focus for the next 3 months. Because I promise you this, you guys can make your entire year in the next 3 months. If you look at your entire year of production, there's probably going to be months or quarters where you absolutely crushed it. If you were to actually track and if you're on the team and you want me to pull up your numbers for you and send those to you individually, please reach out to me directly so you can look at your growth throughout the year. Like, wow, I opened escrow in these months. I closed the most amount of escrows in these months, whatever that looks like. You'll have trends in your business to where you're like, wow, September is slated to be one of our most successful months in the entire year. Our September is on track to beat our last year's September. So all these things, right? So you have to look at where your business is at. So let's do this. I don't care if you've crushed your year. I don't care if you're just an up and comer, or if you're that person that says, you know what? I've had a shit year. I've had a shit year, and now it's time to cross the finish line super, super strong. I don't care what bucket you fall in, this message is going to hit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen right now, and we're just going to do some work together. You guys are going to grab a pen, and you guys are going to do some writing today. And if you don't have a pen, go back and watch this down the road. So first and foremost, we're going to focus on the middle section right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to feature cast this, and we're going to make the start date of this. Now, obviously, you're going to do some work ahead of time, but the start date of this is going to be, let's see, October 1st till December 31st. So that is the last quarter, October, November, December. That is quarter 4 of 2023. This is full tilt. This is about you guys really diving into your business and being absolutely clear on where you're heading. So your future date is going to be December 31st, 2023. We're going to start October 1st. You guys with me so far? Cool. So what I want you guys to do first and foremost is I want you to be clear on what your revenue is for the last quarter of the year. Who wants to share with me before we get started in this, how they derive to what their revenue is going to be for the last quarter of 2023? If you're a lender, I don't want you to raise your hand on this. An agent on the call today, how are you deriving your actual revenue? Okay, and there's another term for it in our business, but I want to see where you guys are at and where your thoughts are at. I'm gonna go with Carlos. Carlos, how are you determining and how are you arriving at what your revenue is going to be for the quarter 4 of 2023?
With GCI.
All right, cool. So give us all an example, bro. I'm gonna do the math with you, so I want to make sure that there's absolute clarity on this. So your revenue for quarter 4 is what?
50,000.
50,000. Okay, so 50,000 is his revenue, and good stuff. I love that Otis is cheering you on. So how much real estate volume actually is that?
It's gonna be, so I think from what I've done before, I think I did it at 3 transactions at $1 million each.
No, you know what that number would be? That number would be wrong, because now your numbers are not matching. I'm really glad that we said this. And Otis, I see you. So listen, if he said that he's going to do $50,000, now that's revenue. That's not his take home. That is his revenue. We're just going with the big number first, the gross. Remember when we all used to get our W-2s or our paycheck for the week, and we'd have that big ass baller number? We're like, ooh, look at this check. And then we'd look at the smaller number of what we actually made for the 2 weeks or the 1 week. That's what we're talking. We're talking about that big number. So Carlos said he wants to do 50,000 in revenue in GCI. And this is why clarity is so important. Carlos, I'm going to give you a quick trick. If you said you want to do 50,000 in revenue, and that's the number you gave me, check this out. Divide that number by 2.5%. $2 million is your actual volume, right? So when you said 3 million, those numbers don't match. 50,000 GCI does not match with $3 million when you said you're going to sell 3 homes at $1 million. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So if you're going to do $50,000 in GCI over the course of the next 3 months, let's just say for the sake of this conversation that he is at a 25-75 split. All right, let's just say that. So we're going to minus 25% from that, giving him a total of 37,500. You with me so far, Carlos?
Mhm.
All right, cool. From that, what does he have to save? What does he have to put away so he doesn't get in trouble?
For taxes.
Taxes. So let's just say we're going to take 33% from that is another 12,375. So that is 25,125. Now, for you, is that the type of money that you would need in order to have the lifestyle that you want for the last quarter of 2023?
I think it's a good start for the last quarter of 2023, but
Hey, bro.
that's not my ultimate goal.
No, here's the thing. I don't believe, I believe that it's not your ultimate goal, but I do believe that it's a great start. But you see what happens when you have absolute clarity, but like, wait a minute. Well, if I was to do $2 million, I mean, that may be in our market. Let's say that's 3 deals, right? I could do 3 deals in the next 3 months. So now you're like, okay, I have my goal of what I can do, but what is my stretch goal? Maybe that stretch goal is 75,000 in GCI. Maybe that stretch goal is 100,000 in GCI for that last quarter of the year, because based on how you're showing up, the amount of traction that you have now, you're creating videos like a beast right now. That stretch goal can be a little bit higher, and I believe that you can do that. So let's go back to the example here, and I'm gonna go back into this. Now, Carlos is setting a revenue of 50,000, 75,000, whatever number he comes up with. Now, based on his number will determine what his profit's going to be. His profit is everything, like basically he's running a business. So he's got to turn on the lights, he's got to pay payroll, he's got to do accounts receivable, all those things that are incorporated in his business. And the same is for every single person on this call, because you are all entrepreneurs and you guys are all independent contractors. So he has to make sure that all of those things are paid. So when he thinks about balling out, he's balling out on that 25 G's. He's not balling out on that 50,000. He's got to pay the company. He's got to pay for taxes. He's probably got to put up some money away for savings. So that number is going to be significantly lower. So Carlos, follow along with this conversation. What are the measurables from now until the end of the year? What are the things that you have to measure in your business to make sure that you are going to be on target to end the year strong?
Conversations, calls.
Okay, cool. So let's do this, man. How many conversations do you think you need to have in order for you to hit your production goal? And let's say that's 3 deals by the end of the year. How many conversations do you need to have on an average? And my bro, you're not average, but give me an average.
So isn't it 40 conversations per one deal, right?
Totally. So let's do that, man. What's that math?
So it's gonna be, I'd say, if I gotta do 3 deals, or I gotta do about 120 conversations.
All right, cool. And let's just say 4, 8, 12 weeks. So it divided by 12 weeks that he's going to work. So how many conversations do you need to have each week?
So I need to have 10 conversations.
10 conversations, and you divide that by 5 conversations or 5 days work. How many conversations do you need to have daily?
2 conversations.
Carlos, knowing that you're a professional, knowing that you're a realtor, knowing that you truly want to influence people, impact your life, and change people's lives, do you think 2 conversations a day is within reason?
Yeah, I think I'm hitting that already, even more right now.
100%. So you see, when you say, if I want to hit 2, well, if I hit 4, that means I'm hitting 240. Now my likelihood of me getting to 6 deals goes up, means that my GCI is going to potentially double, which means that my profit potentially doubles. And that means that I make a bigger influence in my family. Make sense?
Yeah.
Carlos, as a result of your success over the next 3 months, as you walk into 2023, who is impacted the most other than yourself by a result of your success?
My family.
All right, give us names. Who's the people in your family?
My daughter, Camila, my wife, Carla.
All right, how old's Camila?
He's 2.
She's 2. And if there was one thing that you could do for her or buy for her or take her somewhere, maybe in the first quarter of 2024, because you had a really solid last quarter, what's the thing that you would like to do for her?
You know what? Take another trip to Mexico, to the beach. We did it last year. She loved it.
Yeah, but I think more importantly, because she's 2, that beach time is more important to you and Carla. Is that fair to say?
My daughter loves the beach.
Okay.
All of us love it.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, cool, man. I'm happy for you. So when you think about, these conversations, like these conversations are supporting his ultimate goal of being able to take his family to be on the beach, to share those moments, to create those memories. For me, that's worth 4 conversations a day. That's worth more conversations a day. And I don't care what type of adversity I'm going to face. I don't care what type of challenges I'm going to face. I don't care if somebody says no way, no how. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to keep moving on. I'm going to keep creating. I'm going to keep responding. I'm going to keep reaching out. I'm going to keep doing the things that I know I need to do in order to move my business forward. So stay with me. And this exercise is for everyone. I'm just using Carlos as an example. Carlos, what are the rocks for the quarter? Meaning, these are the immovables. These are the things that are going to support you having the best quarter of the year. What are the immovables for you as you enter in the 4th quarter? Share with me. And if you don't have it, it's cool. We'll work through it together.
Just keep doing the social media, keep posting on social media, doing my calls.
All right, so let's buckle this down a little bit. If you were to say from now till the end of the year, this is my rock in regards to content creation, how many videos are you committing to creating every single week from now until the end of the year? So if we have 12 weeks left, how many videos are you going to be creating?
I want to stick with 3 a week.
Perfect. All right, so cool. So 3 a week is the goal. The stretch goal could be 5. Anywhere between is really good, and anything over is an overachiever, and I love that for yourself, for you. So 3. So you're going to do, let's do here, 3 times 12. All right, so from now to the end of the year, 36 on an average new videos. You guys on the call, please give me a show of hands. Do you think that if he has 36 more videos that he's posted on social media, that his engagement will go higher or lower? His engagement will essentially go higher. You guys know the answer to that. All right, cool. Tell me what else is a rock in your business right now for the next 3 months.
Cold calling. I've been doing cold calling, been getting some leads from it.
All right, cool. So I get that cold calling but what do you need in order to make sure that you're tracking, you're doing well, you're making notes, that you're not just making these calls, that you actually have a system and a routine? What's the one operational efficiency that you need to have in place?
The CRM follow-up boss.
Totally. And right now, on a scale from 1 to 10, how well are you utilizing your CRM?
Utilizing it, but not as much as I should.
All right, give me a number on a scale from 1 to 10. Where do you fall?
I'd say maybe like a 6.
Okay, cool. So as a rock, that means that I become a master at all things my CRM, my follow-up plans, my tasks. I clean up, I disposition. There's notes in every single client. I'm recording calls. That way I have a body of work that I can go back to and I can listen to my calls to see how well I'm performing. That's a rock. That operational efficiency is going to help you convert more. It's going to help you track better, and it's going to allow you to have a body of work that now you can inspect to improve so you can be an even better real estate agent in 2024. Does that make sense? That's why that's a rock. And when you think about that rock, who owns that rock? You do. So when you see the who on the right-hand side, you put that down. When you're doing your videos, who else owns that? Who else is responsible for that rock?
Besides me?
Correct.
Instagram?
Well, no, you internally, you have the editors, the shredders, right? Because you're shredding your videos. So you have 36 videos that not only you own, because you're chopping these videos. Now you have the other person is that the who is the shredders as well as me. When it comes to your rock about your CRM, you own that, but who else can help you learn to master that? Who else in our environment can help you learn to master that?
Let's say I actually signed up for some follow-up, some of the little classes they had, because that was actually one of my rocks, master follow-up boss. So I signed up.
All right, cool. So Dan Sundberg runs all of our online leads, right? So when he has a session, when there is a Rise session, when there is a Leads 101 session, when there's a Leads 102, get in those rooms, because that is a rock for you, right? Your calendar is a rock. That is a non-negotiable. Tracking in Sisu is a rock, because how are you truly going to measure how well that you're doing for the last quarter of the year if you're not tracking like a beast? right? So that means every day, 15 minutes, I'm tracking like a beast so I can understand where I'm at. Because if I need to hit 120 on a minimum conversations, I need to be able to look at that and be like, damn, I'm ahead, I'm well ahead, I'm behind, I'm well behind, or I'm right on target. You need to be able to see that. And that's where clarity comes in. I want every single person on this call to be able to look at their business and know where you were going, how are you going to get there, how are you going to measure it, what are the people, who are the people, and what are the rocks that are going to support that? Because what we tend to do when we don't have rocks in place, we tend to do other shit. And the other shit is all the things that are not as important as the rock, right? The making the calls is super important. But if you don't have an operational efficiency of truly mastering that that CRM, then you're going to miss opportunities. So Carlos, questions, thoughts, does this give you kind of an insight of where you're going over the next 3 months?
Yeah.
Anything that you'd like to add, delete, or refine?
No, just yeah, like you said, the time blocking. I've been doing the time blocking. I mean, I think that's like been a game changer for me, just because uh, it's built that structure. And in this business, it's imperative you have structure, right? Because you get distracted really easily. But if you have that calendar that says, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what you got to do," and you stick to it.
All right, guys, how many agree with the calendaring? Obviously, you guys know how I think about this. I was just having this conversation with Dana the other day. All of us, if you think about where we came from in business and in our education, right? We all come from some type of structure that was truly, truly built for us. The times that we go on breaks were built for us. When we get our paycheck, all these things were built for us. We didn't have to worry about a thing, but then we chose to be independent. Now, independent doesn't give you necessarily freedom right now. It gives you freedom to choose. What it means is that now I'm free to choose the things that I really want to do. I want to choose my brand. I want to choose what I say. I want to choose how I'm going to allocate my time. But in that comes a lot of discipline. So if you guys have a calendar and you're kind of like loosey-goosey with it and you don't really focus on it, then why do you even have a calendar? The calendar is that non-negotiable, and that's a rock. For me, a rock for me in my business is my calendar, my utilization of time, right? That's super important to me. So I love that you said that. I had the same conversation with Dana the other day. She's like, you're right. She's like, I need to make sure that I master that first and foremost. That is a rock for Dana. So Carlos, what I want you to do is I want you to write this out. I want you to be clear. And then what I want you to do is I just want you to post it somewhere that you can see it. Maybe in your bathroom, maybe in your car, wherever you're going to see it. This is not something that's tucked. This is something that is visible and something that you can see and something you can say, wow, look at how close I'm getting to hitting my ultimate goal. If you were going to go to a beach in Mexico with your family, which beach would you go to? What area? Say it again.
I want to go to Cancun. Haven't been there yet, so that's
Okay.
that's the goal.
Okay, cool. I love it. So I'm supporting you here. I'm doing this, obviously out loud, vocally. I'm here to support that. I love that. You've declared that. So I want to help you get there any way possible. So who else knows exactly or has a loose idea? And Carlos, thank you for playing along with me. I appreciate you, bro. Who
Thank
else
you.
has a goal that they want to share right now of what they're going to achieve in 2023, Q4? Who wants to share or who wants to do a quick exercise with me right now live? And if you don't raise your hand, I'm just going to call on you. All right, cool. So we're going to go to Otis and then we're going to go to Dom. And I appreciate the interaction at a very high level. All right, Otis, let's go.
4 to 6 deals. Cabo trip paid by Kenny. Top producer again. Get the Realer show off the ground and a sponsor in the next 3 months.
All right, cool. I love this. So let's just get a little bit more granular with this. When you say 4 to 6 deals this year, what has been your average sales price?
My average sale price has been about, I want to say 600. Let's say 600.
All right, so let's just go. I'll meet you in the middle. Let's go 5 deals at $600,000. What does that equate to in volume?
Is that 3 million?
3 million. From that 3 million, tell me what your revenue will be.
It should be 60. Was it 60?
You tell me.
No. It should be like 45, 50.
4550 in GCI in revenue.
In GCI.
Is I don't sound convinced. You don't sound convinced, bro. Tell me what your exact revenue is going to be on $3 million.
Well, I had it at 4, so that was 60. So that's what I'm saying. 50. We'll go 50.
No. All right. So check this out. Once again. So you just said 600,000. So I'll just walk you guys through this math. He said 600,000. And I'm going to take that 600,000. I'm going to times that by how many deals did we say you're going to do? 5 deals gives you a total of what? 3 million, right? So we're there. $3 million in real estate volume. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to times that by 2.5% because that's the percentage that you're actually going to get paid on. That's $75,000 in your GCI. That's your revenue, bro. That is your revenue when you sell 5 homes at $600,000 over the next 3 months at an average sales price of 600,000. That's your revenue. Does that make sense?
Yep.
From there, you have to minus split. Now, I'm just going to do this for the sake of this conversation.
30%, because I do it heavily online. So let's just take those, or if those are all online leads.
All right, so let's go minus 30% from that. So now we're at our net, right? Is now at 52,500, but we have to pay our taxes. We have to save for marketing, savings, all those things. So
38.
I want you to be first off clear on what your revenue goal is. Now you know 6 deals or 5 deals at 600,000 gives me 300 or 3 million in volume. From that, I derive my GCI, which was 75,000. So stay with me. When you think about your measurables, they're the same exact measurables for Carlos. Is there anything else that you would like to put in for measurables? It's conversations, it's appointments, it's buyers consultations, it's listings taken, anything else that we're missing?
You said Carlos, or are you talking to me?
No, sorry. To you.
Okay. All of it. I gotta have all of it. If I want to make sure I hit my markers, I gotta make sure I'm doing all of it.
Totally. Absolutely. Because the measurables for you guys are all going to be the same. It's conversations. It is appointments held. It is, listings taken, buyer consultations. They're all going to be the same. So what are your rocks for quarter 4? What are your absolutes?
Follow up is key. I just had a good talk last night. He was trying to call Mark Otis, but he ended up calling me, and me and Aaron from JVM ended up having an hour-long conversation on some new programs and stuff like that. So follow up, not just with my clients, following up with lenders, other people they have going on. Like Aaron was talking about their 3% down, no PMI program that they got going right now, which could be a game changer for people. So I talked to him about 45 minutes for that. And if there is any other ways that they're getting, funky with how to counter rates and calm buyers down at the end of the year into a place where we know where not much homes do sell in the holiday season. So talking about strategy.
I love this. So when you say follow-up, so right now, do you have a follow-up cadence, a follow-up calendar? Do you have a sequence of when you're going to make the calls?
Yes. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are all my follow-up days. Tuesdays, I call it email Monday, telephone Tuesday. So I just call, I call Monday, I send emails, just to follow up because it is a technically new business work week for me. So Mondays, I follow up with emails. If I get any feedback or any knocks back from that, then I definitely text them back on Wednesdays, or if I get it back that day or Tuesday, I'll text them back. And then Friday is usually a phone call just to be like, hey, Elias, I sent you a couple emails and texts this weekend. I just wanted to see if maybe this weekend you were free because I got plenty of time to show you any houses. My whole thing is I don't give a fuck if you don't even have a pre-approval. I will take you outside. I will show you at least a home or two on the strength, because I've noticed that with me being a good connector, once I get in front of people, I just got to learn and get the rapport with my clients. If they're not ready, I don't force. I don't know if it was Chris Barsinius that said it the other day, or someone on here about a week ago said that. I don't force shit. I don't do the hounding. I listen to the clients, the ones that say, hey, I'm 2 to 3 months away. I leave them on a drip. And we got plenty of tags on there and Real Scout that you can put on there. So they're not just getting the same basic ass thing. And then for me, I wanted to put it in the chat yesterday to the new agents, because someone had put, you never know who you're going to go meet and partner with in the office. I partner heavily with a lot of people. Since losing Melissa, I've been delegating a lot of work because I'm fucking swamped. So any agents that are out there, me and Mark got about 15. He's got about 2 deals for us. So it's just about knowing how to delegate, knowing how to not overwork yourself, and don't let real estate work you. You work real estate.
All right, cool. So stay with me. Stay with me. So is it safe to say that your management of your CRM and Real Scout is a rock? Like those two things are 100% solid. You know exactly how you're going to spend your time every single week.
Oh, yes. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd be 100%. Some weeks they are, some weeks they're not. And I don't
Okay.
think a lot
So,
of people
so,
are
so
being
then,
so
so
honest with
then
that.
make that a rock, right?
That's
Because
definitely
I
gotta be.
know, and I'm hearing how important it is to your business. The rock is the immovable, right? You can't even shove that thing. It is just part of earth, right? And you think it's an absolute for you. That needs to be a non-negotiable. This follow-up cadence, this Monday emails, Tuesday calls, like Friday follow-up, like I love that. And I think that everyone can take a page out of that book, man, to be able to say, okay, for the last quarter, if I was to follow up this way on Mondays, on Tuesdays, on Fridays, whatever that cadence looks like, and if I was to speak to X amount of people, that means I'm going to have X amount of conversations. And if I convert it at 1%, 2%, that means I potentially can get 2 more deals, 3 more deals, 4 more deals, whatever that looks like. And so really, really being clear on those numbers, bro. I love this for you. So let's declare it one more time. You are going to sell 5 homes in the last quarter of the year at a bare minimum, and your average sales price is going to be 600,000. That means that you're going to do $3 million in real estate sales in volume. When you think about your revenue, your GCI on 3 million, that's 75,000 in GCI. From that is when you pay splits, savings, taxes, all that to give you your net operating income. That's the money that you ball out on, man. So love this. I love how clear you are, but let me go a step further. Over the next 3 months, what do you believe some of the issues that you're going to face that may come up in your business?
Time balancing my thing, because I take too much stuff and put it on my plate, because that's just how I am. I got a lot of things, but if I can sacrifice just a little bit for this last quarter, still get my deals done, get the show up, because I really don't think you guys know what I'm on right now with this partnership with Hearst Media. I don't think you guys are taking it that serious. It's just going to take me as an individual, and hopefully we can get the team on it to a whole nother level with the marketing and campaigns that they have put forth to us. So I'm just really excited about doing that, getting this show off the ground, because it's going to be a game changer with billboards, being on TV, and a bunch of stuff. I've been working on it for the last 6 months. The pilot is definitely in. I just need to get to the studio and knock out a couple of more things. So I'm just excited, man. I'm like one deal away from my 20 on since last year, on my whole year since August. So yeah, man, to hit top producer again. I know I got to get these 2 deals that are in contract now, and then the other 2 that's there. But these
I
other
love this,
4,
Otis.
I definitely
I
know
love
I'm
this.
there.
And here's the thing, whatever you have going on, I'm always going to be a supporter. If you need me to be there, do something, I don't care if you need to use the office for something, if you want to throw an event there, you want to throw a benefit concert, you want to have open, I don't care what you want to do, bro. I'll be there to support you 100%. So you bring something to the table, bro, we're here for you. But I want you to, anytime you guys know you're going to have an issue, whether it is timing, whether it is the season, whether you're going on vacation in December, you have some challenge, whatever that looks like for you guys, you need to first off identify what that issue is. You need to discuss it, whether that is interpersonally with your own family, or whether it's with me, or whether it's with your accountability partner, or whether it's with your business partner, whoever it is. So you identify, you discuss, and then you solve that. We know what the issue is going to be. We're okay with it. Now we just discussed it. Now we're going to solve that, and we're going to move forward. That's how I want you guys to tackle that. Same thing as we do as a company. We have these challenges as a company, but what we do is we identify them, we discuss them, the 4 of us, and then we figure out a solution and we move forward. So Otis, love the clarity. I love where you're going. I love what you're doing. Let's go to Don. But before we go any further, does anybody have any questions on this? Because I want to make sure that you guys aren't sitting here and be like, oh, okay, I get that, but I don't understand the math. Before I go to Dom, before we go to any other examples, does anyone have a question? I don't care if you're brand new. I don't care if this is fresh to you, but I want you guys to know exactly, as soon as this quarter starts, like you're like, move, get out of the way. I'm a woman on a mission. I'm a man on a mission, and I'm ending this year strong. Like I'm making no excuses. Anybody have any clarifying questions, or do they want to go deeper on any of this? And please do not be shy. Use this time, use me, and let's go through this if you do have any questions. Any questions? Okay, cool. Let's go to Dom. Oh, go ahead, Jessica. You waited until the very end. All right, let's go, Jessica. What's up?
I mean, it's not a question. I think I want to go over the math again.
Totally. All right, share with me.
Just so I could get like an understanding of like how all of that works. I know Dominic has his hand up, so I'll just
So we're going to go through an example with Dominic in a second, but Jessica, just ask your question. So I want to make sure that you have clarity.
um so the GCI, is that like
All right,
that?
so that is your gross commission income. In a traditional business sense, if it wasn't real estate, that would be your revenue, right? That's what your company made before you paid any employees, before you paid to have the utilities, before you paid anything outside of your revenue, right? So a company will make revenue, but then their profit is what they're actually using to grow the business, right? That's minus expenses. So give you an example. Say you sell one home, and that home sold for $1 million in San Leandro. Okay, you're not far from San Leandro, so you sell one home on that, and your commission on that is 2.5%, because it was a 5% listing. You get 2.5% of that. So your gross commission income on that $1 million deal is $25,000. That is your GCI. Before you've paid us a split, before you've paid taxes, before you've saved for anything, that is the number, 25,000. Okay. So if I minus, let's say, a 25% split, now I'm at 18,750. If I minus 33% for taxes, now I'm at 12,562. If I minus 10% just to put away for a rainy day, now I'm at 11,306. So what you have to realize is that the house that you sell, you're going to get paid 2.5% of that. That number, whatever number that is, whatever sales price, that is now your GCI. So that is your company's revenue. From there, lights, expenses, employees, all the things. Now that gives you your profit. So when you're thinking about your goals for the year and what you want to achieve and how you want to impact your daughter and your family, you have to think, okay, I have my gross, but then I also have my net operating income. The net operating income is what fuels my lifestyle. That's for me to be able to go on trips. That's for me to be able to do the things that I want to. Those are the opportunities for me to live or go take a nice trip with my family. That's where that money comes from. Because what happens as real estate professionals is that we sometimes spend too much of the money on the gross. Once we get that big money, we don't put enough away for savings, for taxes. And then what happens is that we get this large tax bill. And I've talked to thousands of real estate professionals that are behind on their taxes because they don't put aside that money every single transaction. So it's just food for thought as you're moving forward, as you're growing. If you want to sell 2 homes by the end of the year, being a brand new agent, then all you say is, okay, 2 homes at what price? 600, 700, 800, I don't care, whatever, right? That we're in the Bay Area. From that number, it's times 2.5%, because that's what you're going to get paid on most deals in the Bay Area. Whatever that number is, that's where you pay the lights, the employees, the expenses to run your business. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is that like as a buyer's agent or also as a seller's agent?
Yeah, because, okay, and good question. If you take a listing at 5% commission, right, you don't take home that whole 5%.
Oh, that's right. You split it
With who?
With the buyer's agent.
So does the math still equal the same?
Yeah, okay, I get it now.
Right. Okay, cool. And that's part, and this is why clarity needs to be an absolute, right? Because when you know what you could potentially make, then what I have to potentially pay, then I know what my net operating income is. Now I could set a true meaningful goal, but people want to make money, but they don't understand exactly how much money I'm going to make, what it takes to get there. How do I track that? What are my measurables? What are my rocks? What are the issues that I might face? That's why this exercise, it's 2 pages, and it is that simple. We're going to do a full yearly one. We're going to do our yearly business planning in this November, like we always do. But I just wanted you guys to have clarity for the next 3 months. Jessica, good stuff. Heidi, I'll get to you in a moment, but let's go, Dom. Dom, questions, thoughts, insight, bro. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. So the revenue that we want to do, we're at a 500K mark. So we want to do 40 deals by the end of the year. So last quarter. Right now, our conversion from basically opportunity created to close is about a 33%. So we need to do roughly 40 deals and look at about 121 opportunities at a 33%. So
Wow. All right. So if you were to do 40 deals at 500,000, what does that equate to total volume?
that is total revenue. So we're in the investment space. That's like our assignment fees.
That's your assignment fees. All right,
Yep.
cool. So in the next quarter, you guys are going to do $20 million.
Roughly. Yep.
Wow. Okay. And then from there, are you
Or no.
See, so hold on. So I
Yeah.
want to make sure I understand. So if you said right now you're going to do 40 deals times 500,000, you said that was your average sales price. That gives you a total of 20 million.
No, so the investment space, we don't go based off of like a percentage.
Okay.
So it's whatever we make per deal. So basically, out of 18 deals that we've closed just this month or this quarter, our average fee was about $12,595. So then we divided that by whatever our number that we're wanting to hit. So 500,000 divided by 12,595 equals 39.69. So rounded up to 40 deals. So that's like our average, I guess, fee, if you want to say that.
So let me ask you a quick question. Where are you guys at for the year? What has your team been able to produce this year?
This year for closed, because we just started in May. So closed, we have 120,000, and then for this month right now, we have 106,000 closing this month, and then we also have another 154,000 in open contracts that are ready to disposition.
I love this. And Dom, when you look at what your measurables are, your measurables sound like they're a little bit different, but this is great for the people that want to be in the investing space. What are the measurables for your business? Is it your conversion? How many conversations you're having? Like, tell us what your measurables are.
Yeah, so it all kind of goes back to conversations, like how many conversations you have. So like when I was more focusing on the retail side, I knew if I had 25 conversations with a confirmed seller, like they own the property, whether they want to sell or not, that doesn't really matter. As long as you're having those conversations, I could say that if I have 25 of those conversations a day, I can set one listing appointment. Every 3 listing appointments I go on, I sign one listing. So like for this, it's a little bit more skewed because the investment's like a very small amount of people that it kind of fits for. But roughly we need to look at and create 121 opportunities to be able to close 40 deals for the last quarter.
And how important has it been for you guys to be able to track like this and to be able to look at your success, and how do you correlate that tracking to your guys' success?
Oh, it's like, it was a game changer. Like when you don't have clarity on like what even the target is, like you're just basically running with a blindfold on, and you're going to trip, you're going to fall, you're going to hit your face, like whatever the case may be. But like once we got super clear on like, okay, what are our conversions right now of just like the small amount of data? Cause like I said, we just started in May. So I mean, just doing roughly around like $250,000 in the very first quarter that we started the business, it's pretty cool. And I definitely like, our main goal is to do $1 million by the end of the year, like, and fees and everything. So we run probably at like a 55 to 60% profitability after paying expenses, after paying salaries, after paying, just, I guess the cost per deal and everything.
So Dominic, I love this. So for you guys, obviously capital is super important for you guys. You need to be able to leverage capital. What is give me one rock. What's an immovable in your business that supports the big goal? Obviously tracking is one of them. I think that's clearly defined, but give me another rock. What's a super immovable important rock in your business?
Yeah, well, just to kind of, I guess, put it in perspective. So like one of our main like expenses each month, and this like is kind of how it all correlates to the question you asked, but one of our main expenses that we, I guess, endure each month is our PPC cost. So costs $3,000 just for the guy to run it, and then we're on an average of about $7,500 to $8,000 a month in ad spend. So like taking that into consideration, when we started, I think we very first got started with him in like pretty much like April, May. It was probably like May. So we basically lit like almost 70 grand on fire. And so we had to basically wait a 5 to 6 month period before we saw like the actual results of everything. And it all comes back down to conversations. Like, how many conversations am I having each day to be able to get me to my goal? And how many people do I need to talk to be able to create an opportunity and all of that stuff? So I think like once we got super clear on that.
Let me go back to this. So when you say your PPC, that means that you guys have these funnels, right? So so they create an ad, and what happens is that ad now puts people into a funnel, right? And how they manage that funnel is super important for conversion. So making sure your marketing campaign runs solidly throughout the year. I hear that being a rock for you, right? Because how many ads throughout the month or throughout the year? Like, what is your total ads that you run for the year?
I don't know like, are you talking about like a specific ad?
Let's just say 30 days. How many ads are you running? Is it one ad that runs that entire month for that?
Yeah.
You just told us. Sorry, did you hear me, Dom?
Yeah.
I think Justin's back.
So probably in like a 30-day, I don't know, because we hire the guy to run like our PPC for us. So I don't know exactly what he goes out, but essentially his business model is he gets a whole bunch of people to basically give him money, and they all run that same traffic towards that one website. So we roughly get about 30 leads a month, like 25 to 30 leads a month. Like, yeah, it's a lot of money that we're spending, but it's also so detailed down. And so like, it's the exact avatar that we're looking for in a seller. Like, they have a reason for doing business. They have a property that is probably in some type of distress. Whether the reason that they're selling is divorce, probate, just an old rental, whatever the case may be, it just got super detailed with that.
I love it, Dom. I think in future conversations, maybe we can freestyle conversation. Maybe we can, you guys can give us a glimpse at like how you built the funnels. I'm diving deep into ClickFunnels. I'm diving deep into Alex Ramosi right now. I'm diving deep into Richard Branson, and like really figuring out how that all works. I think that this is a conversation that I'd love to have with you moving on. But here's the thing, you guys. Do you think that Dom, based on what he said, has absolute clarity on where they're going? He has clarity on his numbers. He has clarity on where the marketing dollars are. He has clarity on what they need to do and how they track their conversion and all of his measurables. It's the same thing. How he's doing things is the same exact thing for you guys. It's ran a little bit differently. But the idea behind this is to have clarity, to know exactly where you're going. So when you wake up every single day, like, all right, cool. I need to make at least 4 conversations. I'm going to do it in my community. I'm doing it on social. I'm going to do it through my email campaigns. I'm going to do it through my door knocking, my open houses, whatever that is. But you know that path is always going to be making sure that you hit that 4, 2, 5, whatever conversation goal you have for the day. So Dom, really, really appreciate your insight and your contribution on the conversation. So let's do this. Heidi, I want to make sure I didn't skip you. I have about a minute left. Heidi, what was your thoughts or contribution?
Elias, one thing I would like to say is I know from experience that this is an awesome time of year to do business, probably the very best time of year. The reason why I say that is a lot of agents take the last quarter off, predominantly from Thanksgiving to New Year's off. And they tell clients that it's a very slow time of year. And the truth of the matter, it's not. I've had my very best months in November and December. So let's go hit it and do it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So you guys, thank you for your contributions. We're going to obviously be doing this live. I might ask you guys, maybe 3 to 5 of you to kind of be my roll dogs with me. And I want to do it in pods this year. So we're going to do, a big presentation to start out, but I want to do pods, and I want to be able to do this in workshop styles at the different offices. So we'll do a road show. We'll do Sacramento. We'll do Walnut Creek, and we'll do Oakland. We'll do all 3 of those, but I might lean on you guys if you're down. I'll probably reach out to you, Joanne. Thank you for that. But let's do this. Let's go around the room. Let's get a couple key takeaways before we close out the room. Let's go Ashley. Let's go Jess Bling. Let's go Chris B. Ashley, key takeaways from our time together today. And thanks for being on. I'm glad you're getting some sunshine on you. Let's hear from you.
Good morning. My takeaway is that it's all about having clarity, figuring out what you want for the day, figuring out what you want for the week, what do you want for the quarter, what do you want for your year, and then asking your future self, what should you do today to make that future self be happy? What actions can you take specifically and repetitively to make sure that your future self is thankful for it?
God, I love that, Ashley. Remember what the book Winning said. Winning is monotonous as fuck, right? It's a perpetual cycle, right? It's like I won. Okay, well, now it's got to go back through the cycle again. It is a perpetual cycle. It's a perpetual cycle, and it's monotonous. But I'll tell you what, there's so much glory in the routine, right? Knowing the routine of how I'm going to get to my clients every single day, how I'm going to have these conversations, and how I'm going to engage. A lot of that is routine. Now, that can be creativity in it, the way that you're having the dialogue, what you're actually saying. You can switch that up, but that routine of actually doing that action is monotonous. And those are the things that you have to be okay with in this game. So, Ashley, I appreciate the contribution. Let's go Jess Blaine, and let's go Chris B to close this out. Jess Blaine, key takeaways from our time together today. Let's hear from you, and we'll close out with Chris B.
Two really quick things I think are showing up even when you don't want to. I know that that wasn't said directly, but just kind of through the monotony of everything of what you're saying. Life happens and shit is always going to happen, and you can have excuses or you can have results. It's really up to you. I think that people tend to really fall into the, oh, well, I have this, or oh, that can't happen. And I think it's bullshit, because there's somebody out there that's doing exactly what you want to do and even better with even worse circumstances. So that was something that I was kind of just pondering about here. And then also Dominic, Dominic or Dominique?
Dominic. Mm-hmm.
Dominic, of course, the social media side of things, that's really important to me, because that's something that I'm trying to do, but just in a different way. So just hearing the clarity and knowing his conversion rate and knowing exactly who his avatar was. It's kind of just nuggets like that where it may not be like directly related, but it's motivating and encouraging. So that was really cool.
And you guys, that's why and I'm not saying it for me, like I am such a believer in tracking everything, because when you track in your follow-up boss in Sisu, now you're able to look at all of your metrics that are moving your needle. Like, wow, look at how many conversations I had. I spoke to X amount of people. I put X amount of deals on the board. Like, now you have your data. You guys, the data science behind your business is going to tell you what you need to improve upon as you move forward in this business. So get super, super involved in how you track your business. So close this out, Chris B. We're 3 minutes over. My apologies, you guys. Chris B, close this out. I think you're getting a system or tires, but my man, key takeaways from our time together.
Just making sure that we have the clarity and structure, and to push yourself daily to do the mundane things that you have to do religiously. Because in order to get into flow state, you got to get up early. You got to work out. You got to make your calls. You got to do it religiously so that things will happen. You're pumping all cylinders. So I needed to hear this. Great meeting, everybody. And I hope everybody just pumps on all cylinders. Let's flow.
I love it. You guys, homework for the day. Sit down, write down your Q4 goals. If you want to share it with me, if you want to send it to me in Slack, I'm here for you 100%. But all I want you guys to do is to have clarity on how you're going to finish 2023 and make sure you end strong. Let's make this a year, and let's make this a quarter to absolutely remember and be the conversation that they say, man, a legend was made in that last quarter of 2023. So let's go, you guys. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, your goals, and vision, and have an amazing, amazing day. Peace.